What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the season finale of the 7. It's actually probably closer to the 5. Obviously, listen, man, it's the holiday season. People got places to go, people to see, people are traveling. Solo, you said you're headed out to the West Coast to see your family. I'm headed down to North Carolina to see my immediate family. So people are traveling all around. I think Kevin's supposed to be in New York City today. I'm not really sure. And of course, Jap spending time with his family. So this is going to be a bit of an abbreviated show, but we are going to take another crack. We're going to take another crack at this, how to build value. We kind of got derailed last time. No problem. It happens. And it appears that Congress has approved $600 stimulus checks. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. All right. Excellent. Okay, good. Let's go around the panel and introduce our esteemed colleagues. First up, the man of the Twin Cities, Solo TV 84.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Solo TV 84 here. You guys already know Mr. Don DeMarco, Bunker Buster Squad. Let's get it.
Bunker Buster Squad with the 7,000 Thors.
10,000, Donovan.
10,000. 10,000 Thors. Okay.
10,000, yeah.
We'll up on that. Next up is a man of the NYC, Mr. Lucario.
What's good, people? What's popping? We about to get it in, so I'm excited for this topic again. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. I'm ready.
So are we. Hopefully we can get it right this time. Next up, the man in Miami, Mr. Myron. Probably 6% body fat gains. It is the holidays. What's going on, Myron?
Yo, what's up, guys? Today's a good day. This is going to be a good topic. I'm excited to speak about it because at the end of the day, you can't afford to not have your stuff together as a man in 2020, man, and beyond.
Bingo. And listen, we are totally hating because you two are the only two dudes on the panel who can wear short sleeves outside right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's not. Listen, here in Philly, it's cold. There is slush on the ground. We're probably going to get some sleep in half an hour. This is why I got to move back to the West Coast. And last but certainly not least, the newest member of the 7, Fresh Prince CEO. What's going on, brother?
Good, man. Just glad to be here. Top is awesome right now. Adding value is very important. So that's number one, guys. For a high value guy, you must add value.
You got it, man. So what we are going to discuss this evening, of course, is how exactly you build value. There are many, many different ways to build value. Some guys, and what I think a lot of guys think when they think of a high value guy, they instantaneously think of the dude with the suit who drives the nice car, has the nice watch, he's good with women, blah, 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 blah. And while that might be true, there are other ways to be high value. Number one. Number two, you have to understand that women value certain aspects about a man during different parts of their life. So, for example, when a woman is in her 20s, she's not really too concerned about a man's monetary value because she's still young and pretty. She thinks she still has time. Then, of course, when she gets into her 30s, now she's really concerned with how much money he makes, right? Listen, she's wanted all the good-looking dudes when she was in her 20s. All of a sudden, that doesn't become as important because now she's on a mission and she probably has a couple of kids and she needs to pay for those. So we're going to get into all of this in just a second. Let's get these super chats going here. James Young, $5 says, I'll have to catch the replay. I can't keep my eyes open. Wow. James Young has been on all of the shows today. He was actually in the webinar as well today. Shaw Rush, you redeemed yourself, my friend, because I was going to start the show with about a 27.5-minute rant on why we don't do nigga shit, but your super chat came in right before he came on the air. I was like, oh, there goes my opening salvo. So all good, man. Like, it's all good. You have to understand that I'm still a little defensive about that. I'm still, I don't know, got a little bit of PTSD, or I'm sorry, PTND, post-traumatic nigga disorder. At any rate, let's go ahead and start the conversation. So a lot of people, and I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the questions I get, because I've just now started looking at my Instagram DMs, I've got probably got like 2,800 in there that I haven't even looked at yet. And a lot of guys are asking me the same question. Donovan, I just found the red pill. How do I become a high value man? Right now, I know what I would tell them, but I want to know what you guys think first. So I'm going to start with Solo. So Solo, you've got a young Padawan. He's like, Solo, listen, man, like, just found the red pill, new to the game. I see you smashing all these snow bunnies. but I want to become high value. What is the first and most important thing when it comes to being high value?
I will always say this: it's your mindset. You know what I mean? Having a positive mindset in regards to how you deal with life, how you deal with adversity, how you deal with certain situations that may throw you off. And, you know, it comes in ebbs and flows. So what I'm saying is sometimes your mindset is not always going to be positive. Realistically speaking, we're human. We're sometimes we're going to be frustrated, upset. But a lot of guys, Donovan, from what I'm noticing, especially in this younger generation Z, from talking to them, these incel weirdos, as well as just in general, a lot of them don't have a positive mindset.
Right.
And to become a high value man, you have to have a myself. I know, Donovan, you're a sports guy like me, right? Have you seen the Last Dance yet? The Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls documentary?
I have.
One of the greatest parts about that documentary was when Michael was trying to come back from baseball, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people will say, well, you know, he's Jordan, but he struggled and they actually lost against the Orlando Magic. So now what Michael had to do was he had to shoot a movie known as Space Jam, which came out in 96.
By the way, I went and saw that in the theater.
Yeah, so did I. I was like,
wow. Okay.
12 years old. But here's the thing, Donovan. He wasn't in basketball shape. He was in baseball shape, but he wasn't in basketball shape. Mm-hmm. And so what they did for him is they built a gym on set. And Donovan, this is how crazy Michael Jordan's work ethic is. Yes. He would get up at 6 a.m., you know, do a workout, then be on set for 12 to 15 hours. And then he would play one-on-one basketball against the best basketball players at the time. Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, you know, all those guys, the 90s guys, right? They came out there to play. Now, you got to realize, Donovan, he would be up from, you know, doing this from 7 a.m. to literally 11 p.m. nonstop for like 2 months every day. And so people got to understand that how bad do you want it? And you got to have a very tough mindset. And that is something that I'm learning right now through COVID is that, you know what, this is really has created a hustler's mindset in me, because if you're a sucker, then you're not going to make it out of this situation. Yeah.
All right. So Lucario, somebody comes to you, and I'm sure you've gotten this question before.
Oh, of course.
What is the first, actually, you know what? Take your pick. Do you want to talk about the first thing a man should do to become high value, or the most important thing when it comes to value?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. I'll say the most important thing is because I've been like, this high value stuff is stuff people have been talking about for freaking years. You know what I mean? 6 years ago, I was talking about this craziness, but high value, or the most important thing about being high value, is understanding about you figuring out what you value. And so that's the problem with a lot of people. People are concerned with trying to be a high value man. But what makes you a high value man is figuring out what you value first. Because once you figure out what you value first, then that's what's going to, you know, springboard you taking action to get that thing, or to do those things, or to involve yourself in situations that you want to be in. So what happens is, once you realize what you value, right, then what's going to happen is that you're going to attract people who value the things that you value, because they value what you're about. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it is really subjective. So the guy himself has to look at himself and say, what do I really value versus what do others value, and because a lot of times people are valuing what other people value, and then they take it on as their own thing, but it's not really what they want. So I say to a guy, he has to figure out what he values first, and then, you know, he goes forward with that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that is a very interesting perspective. And I think you're right, man. I think you have to, and this is, and again, shout out to Steve the Dean Williams. He says this all the time. A lot of guys out here trying to be in the game don't really know who they are. And in order to know who you are, you have to know what you value. A lot of guys think they value certain things, but then they try to actually give credence to these things and acquire these things, and they realize that they're unhappy. Why? Right. Because they outwardly value what they don't really value. This is why guys end up being fucking miserable. Myron, what's the first thing, the first or most important? It's either one or the other. What is the first thing or the most important thing when it comes to building and keeping value as a man, or high value rather?
I would say, I mean, I'm a little biased. I'm gonna say it anyway. You got to get in shape first.
Yes,
And
sir.
the reason why is because the things that make you the mindsets and the behaviors that it takes to become high value are the same mindsets and behaviors it takes to get in shape. So if you can conquer your body first, everything else is going to be easy when you do it. And the reason why is because the things that make you successful with fitness, right, getting in shape, building a good physique, etc., all these things are rudimentary basics that you need to apply to other endeavors in your life that will also make you successful. So I always say, if you're able, just like we were talking about earlier, Donovan, so typically success is masked in pain in the beginning and then pleasure at the end. And then failure is typically masked in pleasure in the beginning, failure at the end. Example of this: you train really hard in the beginning, hurt yourself, it's painful, it takes a lot of discipline, etc. But then you build the body, right? But you get the eventual success from that. On the other end, if you eat that, if you eat chocolate cake every day, feels good when you're doing it, but then eventually you become a fat tub of lard down the road, and then people aren't going to respect you, and it's going to have other consequences that are going to hurt you in the long term. Bad health, girls aren't going to really like you, you're going to have a terrible sex life, you're going to, a bunch of other ill effects that you don't want. So when you learn the fundamentals from getting in shape, you're able to take that same mindset of understanding that pain comes first, then success. Then you're able to apply that to other things. So when you're able to go and train and do 20 squats, right, and you feel that pain, it's not going to be that hard when you got to sit there and work on your business or work in school or spend a few extra hours at work to make sure a project is done just right, because you've already paid those physical dues in the gym. And quite frankly, if you could squat with 225 on your back, 20 reps up and down, not stopping, everything else is going to be easy from that point forward, because you've been able to build the mental fortitude to understand that pain is temporary, but quite frankly, it's worse to be a loser because you live in that loser body for the rest of your life. And the worst thing to do, go ahead.
No, I was going to say one thing that I've realized just doing shows with you, it's the most talked about, but it's the most underrated aspect of quote unquote high value. And I'll put it to you like this. Listen, you could have game, you could have money, you could have accomplishments, but if you're overweight, people are not going to respect you as much. That's just the way it is. When you optimize body composition, when you have an eye-catching physique, that opens up a lot of doors, gentlemen. It opens up a lot of doors. Super successful people are very rarely overweight, right? Like the recent governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie. He's a laughing stock. Why? Because he's a fucking fat ass, right? But if Chris Christie were in better shape, maybe people would take him more seriously. Now, I'm sure Chris Christie is a solid guy, but we would never know. We're too busy making fun of the fact that he is a fat ass. You listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You change your body, you change your life. Dude, I used to be 312 pounds, man. When I lost the weight, my life completely changed. And then I found the red pill. You understand? So I think a lot of guys sort of and listen, myself included, we talk about getting in shape all the time, but it is trust me, it is so underrated. I think that being in shape and having game are the two most important in terms of like the sandwich, but having an impressive physique, it opens up so many doors. It's incredible.
And here's the other thing too, like when you're in shape, I always say, don't let girls get comfortable around you. I always use the song, future bitch, don't get too comfortable. When you're in good shape, you don't even have to open your mouth and they're going to be uncomfortable because they're already going to know right off rip. Okay, I don't know if I measure up to this guy's standards, whatever. And quite frankly, to take another shot of whiskey, right?
Stupid.
Women behave the best when they know that they don't know where you stand as far as like your attraction to them. So when you're in shape, without you ever having to even say a word, you're already signifying that you're superior to her. And whether girls want to admit it or not, women want a guy who's superior to them in every which way. And your body is an outward manifestation of that without you having to open your mouth once. You don't got to say, I made $10,000 in the stock market, whatever. When she sees that you're in shape and you have the other things in place, she's automatically going to know, okay, I'm probably punching up my weight class. I need to come correct. And another thing too, is that it's going to kill last minute resistance too. When you're dealing with a girl and you're in good shape, she's going to be viscerally attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be much easier to put that enthusiastic sex out of you because you're physically attractive versus when, you got game, but you're not the most physically attractive guy. You might do a little bit more LMR. She might not enjoy the sex as much, but when you're actually physically attractive, she's giving you fellatio without you having to say a word. That's when you know that's true burning desire. You know what I'm saying? And you get that from having a good body.
My man dropped the word fellatio.
Yeah.
Fresh, you're the young guy, right? So you're 28, 29 years old.
Yeah.
What's something that you tell guys? Look, Fresh, like, what's up, man? You got 50,000 Instagram followers. Obviously, you're high value. How do I get to what's the first thing I need to do as a young guy to become high value?
Correction, it's 83 now.
83, okay. 83,000.
No. But real talk, like I get a lot of DMs, right? Guys like, yo, bro, you have a good lifestyle. You're doing well. How are you doing this, right? And I say all the time for high value guys, or if you want to become high value, like you have to figure out what you're good at. So you could be going to school because your parents said to do that. You could be going to trade school because your parents said to do that. But what do you want as a guy, as a man? What is your passion? What are you good at? Once you can figure that out, that's part of you being high value. And then once you find that skill or you find that technique that you're good at, then it's all about branding yourself and marketing yourself as that individual, as an expert in that area. So, for example, my skill is social media and helping guys grow and stuff like that. So what I did is that I put my brand online and I marketed it. Now, my results and my clients tell me I'm a high value guy because of my lifestyle and their results. So any guy out there that wants to be a high value male, you need to figure out what is your passion, what are you good at, master that skill, and then put a digital imprint, like Kevin Samuels always says, online. Because like I say all the time, you can be the best carpenter, the best doctor, lawyer in the world. If no one knows who you are, it doesn't matter. So how do you get out there, find that skill, and market yourself, brand yourself?
Okay, listen, well said. To me, I think the most important, I guess the most important aspect is game. The first, and when I say game, and oh by the way, and I'll give an example of this. I think I think being physically fit, I think that's where it starts. But it absolutely, and yes, Fresh does have 83,000 Instagram followers. I don't know how he just grew that quickly. Yeah, Kevin Samuels is up to. Oh, there's Kevin Samuels in the chat. He's at 100.
Flexing.
Hashtag flexing. What I think a lot of guys need to understand is when we say high value, a lot of guys think that we mean high value to girls. Oh, no. If you are high value to other men, the world is your oyster. You understand what I mean? If you can help, if you can educate, if you can be a positive influence, if you can help another man achieve his goals, your value to that man is going to be immeasurable. That gives you even more value. But I will say this in terms of having, and this even goes to looks and money and status. Listen, looks, money, and status can certainly make you high value, but I'm going to give you a perfect example. In the city of Philadelphia, we have what is known in the sports world as a quarterback controversy. Okay. We got one guy who was a first-round pick, 6'5", 235, rocket arm. He can actually run, probably would have won the MVP back in 2017. Then we have another guy we drafted in the second round. He's talented, right? He's a little shorter, but lost his job to Tua when he was at Alabama. Came back, I think finished third or fourth in the Heisman. Decent quarterback, okay? Obviously, anybody who makes it to that level is supremely gifted. Well, here's what's happening. We got one guy who is this guy has transcendent talent. If you were to build a quarterback, this would be the guy. But right now he is getting outplayed by the guy who does not have his talent. Here are the facts. Jalen Hurts is not Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is far superior in every way except for in one area. That is leadership. Carson Wentz, and this is through no fault of his own. This is just how he is. Carson Wentz is kind of aloof. Doesn't really talk. He's not, listen, maybe he's kind of standoffish. Maybe people take it the wrong way. Who knows, right? But for whatever reason, when Jalen Hurts is on the field, the Eagles team, they have played better since Hurts was in there. What is it? Is it talent level? Is it coaching? It's probably a little bit of all of these things. But what I have come to figure out is that the reason why the guy with less talent is playing better than the guy with more talent is because he has leadership, right? The first thing that one of the best players on the team says is that Jalen Hurts is a natural leader. No, he's not. He actually talks to his team. His team goes out there and they run through a brick wall for him. This doesn't mean they don't like Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz is kind of aloof. He's not really an outgoing, gregarious guy. He is, dare I say, the Sigma male, right? All of this, this kid he's probably the best football player by a mile everywhere he is, right? So he hasn't really ever had to be a leader. He just kind of puts the team on his back. Had a great team in 2017. Didn't really have to be a leader because the team was around him. Loses his job. Somebody, Napoleon Dynamite comes in and wins what probably would have been his Super Bowl. Since then, this year he has struggled. The 2 years after that, carried the team on his back, got into the playoffs both times. This year, everything has unraveled, and it is because of the fact that he does not have the charisma or the game. He is not high value enough to the men in those locker room for them to play hard enough for it to matter. So if anybody ever tells you, well, looks, money, status, all of that stuff matters. Looks, money, and status will get you drafted in the first round. It'll get you a $135 million contract. But looks, money, status, a rocket arm, transcendent talent, that's not going to win you a locker room. And if you can't win a locker room, you're not going to win Super Bowls, and that's all there is to it. When a guy with half your talent is outplaying you with the same players, that's a you problem. Guys, listen, man, when it comes down to it, you got to have game, dude. You got to have charisma. You can't, dude, don't buy into this. Don't buy into this bullshit Sigma male. We'll just stand awkwardly and be, no, people don't respond to people like that. Okay. Locker rooms don't respond to guys like Carson Wentz, man. They respond to guys like Jalen Hurts. And here's another thing. This is probably another reason why Aaron Rodgers doesn't have 2 or 3 Super Bowls of his own. You want to know why? Aaron Rodgers, kind of an asshole. He's kind of aloof. Now, he's a little bit more outgoing and gregarious now. Why? Because he's 37 years old and he knows he's on the back nine. But back when Aaron Rodgers was really good, when he's the best player in the game, kind of shook, hey, listen, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I got all the talent in the world. Okay. It got him a Super Bowl, but the reason why he continues to fall short is because he does not have that charisma. He does not have that game. Aaron Rodgers has all the value in the world to women, but it doesn't translate to the football field. Carson Wentz could sleep with every girl in the world he wants to. Guess what? It's not going to win you football games. You must be high value to the men around you if you really want that value. Quit putting stock in a woman's opinion of you. It is going to come, but you need to be useful to the men around you. Quit chasing pussy and chase masculinity. Anyway.
It's like he's gonna say, "Man." I was about to like pause for that.
Yeah, listen, man. There's a guy who says chase something else, but I don't really like him too much.
Right.
I didn't want to bite that guy. Dr. Thunder, $5 super chat says, "Paying my respects to the 7. High value is more than just a state of mind. There are quantifiable attributes necessary in order to be esteemed high value." Wow, very, very well said.
Shout out to Dr. Thunder.
Yeah, Dr. Thunder's in the house, man. Definitely. We need to actually have him on the panel at some point. The show, whatever. $2 says shout out to the panel. I can't even pronounce that. Give me a second here. Oh, so Lord Sinister 707 says, how much money should you be making? Okay, so now let's get. So here's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna shift gears, right? We all know that being high value starts up here. But let's keep it real. If you want to be useful, if you want to be a 7-figure nigga, you need to have value to 7-figure niggas. That's how this goes. So what he wants to know is, how much money should you be making? I'm making 5 figures. Let me ask you a question. How old are you? Because I think that age has a lot to do with your resources. Solo, let me start with you. Do you think there is, just like Dr. Thunder said, it doesn't always have to be quantifiable, but let's keep it real. The more money you make, the more respect you tend to have. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree, right? When I look at this whole high value man aspect, I look at it the same way that Tony Montana looks at it, right? Donovan and Scarface. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect, right?
Yep.
So since we're in the money aspect, if now this is Kevin, we already know Kevin says you got to make at least 10K, right? Sure. But to be high value, you got to make definitely way more than everybody else makes. But But what is driving you to make that money? You can't just say, well, I want to be high value and just make 10K,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
You got to have a why. And I think that's where the coochie, we can curse, the pussy thing comes in, like you were talking about, right? But guess what, Donovan? Eventually, even with pussy, that motivation might run out. So you have to have really something that you're passionate about. When I come on a panel like this, I know Donovan Sharpe is passionate about making content, and it reflects because of how he's improved yearly. I know Lucario's passionate about content because he makes videos every 5 minutes, So you have to have a why.
Okay, so you have to have a way. Sorry about that.
So the amount. Okay, so the amount. Let me. I answer part. To be high value, the top 8, 9, 10%, they make over 6 figures a year, right?
Yeah.
So I would say this. I would agree with Kevin. You got to make at least minimum 10K baseline, but depending on where you at, for example, Donovan, 10K where I live in Minneapolis, it would be like having 30K a month in New York. So you got to figure that out, but you got to also have a why. That's what I'm trying to say. But I would say, depending on your area, it would adjust. But that's just my thoughts. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, listen, you're right. Having 10K, well, I'll put it to you like this: having 10K in a city like New York, that's like having almost 70K in a city like Las Vegas. Like, that's the difference. So many people in Las Vegas move from LA just so they can keep their own money. Lucario, what are your thoughts? Is there a quantifiable dollar figure that makes you high value?
I think it depends on the context. So if I'm in a context where, let's say, for example, I'm talking to a guy and he has a lot of money to fund my business, then that guy is going to be high value to me in that context because he has the money to support or to invest in a business I'm doing, right? But outside of that, it don't mean nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So when a guy says, how much money do I need to make to be high value? It only matters if it's in a context of where somebody needs your money or you have the money to do certain things. That's you know what I'm saying? So,
wow. I've never thought of it that way.
Right. So outside of that, it doesn't necessarily make a difference because, again, like I said, whatever is value to you, right? Then that's what it's about. So, for example, if a person has a lot of money, and let's say they're not doing anything with it, or they just got it sitting there, or the people that they interact with don't need their money, then what is their money? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah,
make a difference. So I just think it's really more about the context in which it is. So yes, in the context of where money is specifically needed, you understand, for that individual or for others, then that makes it a high value thing. But I don't think it's necessarily a quantifiable number because a dude could need $20. I can give him $20, and now I'm high value because I gave him $20. You know?
No, now he's high value because you gave him your $20.
Exactly right. So
that makes sense, man. I like that. I like the supply and demand that you have, right? Because guess what? If you have a 9 to 5, your boss is high value, right? I mean, like that's listen. He really actually HR is high value. If we really want to keep it real. Kevin Samuels says 3 times your age minimum starting at 27 years old as a benchmark. 27 times 3 is 51. No, 71. Wait, what is it? What is wait, Alexa? What is 27?
It's like 80. It's like 87, I think. It's like
81
or 89.
81. So 81, 27. Jesus Christ! Yeah, you can tell that none of us up here are.
Yeah, we're math.
Yeah, listen, this is why we have calculators and Alexas and Siris and all that good stuff. Right. So what are your thoughts about that, Myron? So Kevin says, listen, by the time you're 27 years old, if you want to be quantifiably high value, in other words, people look at you and say, that's a high value guy, $81,000 by the time you're 27 years old. Nowadays, that's doable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a very achievable and fair place to start. I agree with that. 3 times your age is very fair. 30 years old, that puts you at about $90,000 a year. I think that's a good place to be. Me personally, I always say, like, you shouldn't even really, I say there's 5 things that a guy needs before he even thinks about taking any girl on seriously or marriage or any of that other stuff, right? And what I say is you need to have a 50 lay count, right? At least you've had sex with at least 50 women. You need to be in shape, okay? You need to be 35 years old. you need to make at least $100,000 a year and need to have 6 months of savings in the bank. Now, this is what I call like entry-level high-value guy. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to be in a position where you could start to dictate terms and exert boundaries on women. I always say women are kind of like Pokemon, right? Like if you don't have enough gym badgers, like gym leader badges, when you tell them to do an attack, they're not going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you tell Charizard flamethrower and you only got one badge from like Brock, Computer City, right? For all the nerds out there, you know what I'm talking about.
With the hat, right? He was the one with the hat or no? Or the one with his eyes always closed?
He didn't have a hat, but he had like the spiky hair. He's like the first gym leader you fight that like has a stone Pokemon. So if you only got one badge, right? Let's say you're only 35 years old. Well, when you try to deal with like more badder chicks, they're not necessarily going to respect you because women only follow your lead and respect you when you have a certain status level. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I always say personally, so you don't deal with headaches. Well, you're going to deal with headaches regardless when you deal with women. But if you want to mitigate a majority of them, right, and deal with just and try to minimize it the best you can, you need to be the best version of yourself so that she's going to respect your authority, respect you. Then the love can come after that, because if she loves you, but she doesn't necessarily respect you, that's when you're going to have headaches. That's when she's going to talk back to you. She's going to act rude, whatever. So I say for a benchmark for money, I say $100,000 a year, bare minimum, is going to put you in a decent place in most places in the United States. Even if you live in like New York City or LA, you'll still be able to make a living with $100,000 a year.
Yeah, you'll be able to do things most people can't do. If you listen, if you're making $100,000 a year, you're making more money than most people in America.
Exactly.
I think it's safe to say. Yeah.
So I'd say making the $100,000 puts you in a position where now you're an anomaly compared to other men. And quite frankly, it's going to be easier for you to exert boundaries on women when you have standards and everything like that. So the money is just one facet of it. There's other things that come into it, obviously having game and all these other things, but
of course,
obviously because game is the foundation, right? But from if we're going to talk strictly monetary, I think $100,000 puts you in a place where you can basically be put in a position where women will follow your lead.
Yeah, life changes when you make $100,000 a year.
Yeah,
I think it's safe.
You'll less headaches and stuff.
Yeah, Fresh. So what are your thoughts on? Let me get your thoughts on Kevin. So he says 3 times your age, starting at 27 years old. You are you're 28 or 29? I can't remember.
28.
Oh, you're 28. Okay, so oh god, now I got to do more math. $84,000 a year. Ooh, thank God I did that quickly. So $84,000 a year for the average. Now, here's the thing: we live in America, number one, and we are blessed with high internet speeds, and it's very, very. It's possible for men your age to make a shitload of money. So, what are your thoughts on that particular scale?
I actually agree, and a very good point. Money is very important because, like, it demands respect in a way. So let me explain. So Kevin is saying 27, basically 3 times that your age is like a benchmark. And funny enough, last year I was 27 years old, and I made exactly $83K.
Wow, good job, man.
I worked a shitload of overtime though to make that happen. When I was working a job, right? But the point here is that, like, when you have money and you're considered high value, you have options to basically do things that you want to do. So, for example, a lot of guys don't talk about this, but a lot of people are in debt. If you're in debt, right, and you're high value, you're a slave to the lender. Basically, you're not free. You're not a man that can make good judgments and good options because you're still paying somebody a debt. So I think, yes, you should be making 3 times your age, but also as well, you should be debt free. And when you're debt free, they have the power and options to do different things. Like, for example, Myron and myself, we can invest in business because we're debt free, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thanks to Myron, I've been able to learn how to market, do online dating stuff like this. But back in the day, it was all real estate for me. So having the option to take time to learn from Myron, learn this whole game, being debt free gives you the option. So I just say, yes, you want to be at least making 3 times your age for the minimum, but also be debt free as well.
That is a very, very good point. Chuchino says money is a tool, utility to purchase other items or services to produce more money. I disagree, but not all the way. And something that Fresh just said just sums it up. Freedom. Dude, the more money, and again, listen, call it what it is. The more money you have, the more freedom you have. The more freedom you have, the less bullshit you can put up, the less bullshit you'll put up with from other people. And the less bullshit you are able to put up from other people, the more attractive you become to both men and women. When you're in a relationship with a woman and you are making into the 6 figures, they tend to fall in line pretty goddamn quick.
Yep.
Why? It's not just because you have money. It's because you have the resources to tell people fuck you and not really worry about any sort of consequences or retribution, right? This isn't to say that you can go out and talk to anybody any old kind of way because you make a certain amount of money. But when you are in a certain income bracket, you walk a little bit differently. You talk a little bit differently. You're a little bit more direct because you know that if this person is no longer in your life, it's not going to hurt your bottom line, right? Listen, I'm telling you right now, money is freedom. It's not really about the Benjamin or the money. It's just about freedom. This is why not having debt and making into the six figures, this makes you freer. The freer you are, the more money you have, the freer you become. Girls like, and when you are free, you can be direct. That's what I take from it. So money is not only just a tool. It's not just a utility. Money is a promise on another man's time. That's what that is. If I pay my graphics guy to do XYZ for me, guess what? I'm paying him money. He is now taking his time. The guy that I pay to make, the guy that I'm paying to make cartoon TSR tunes, I pay him a shitload of money. But guess what? He spends a shitload of time making that, right? So all it really is a promise on someone else's time. So listen, shout out to my cartoon guy. While he's making these videos, if he wants to continue to get paid, he can't just get up and go do what he wants to do, because guess what? Then I'm going to go hire somebody else, right? But because I make enough money to be able to do what I want, I can pay him to create great content for me. And what does that leave me? Free to do whatever else I want to do. So I think that money is a lot better. I think that there's much more to money than just it being a utility to spend. I think a lot of people really understand what it is. People who don't understand like what money really is, it's not about the money, or people who are going to be perpetually broke. That's just all there is to it.
Donovan, can I answer that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
What you said is very important, right? Because, like, for example, money gives you freedom, and with that freedom comes lifestyle. You want to get hot chicks, you want to get girls, live a good lifestyle, and watch what happens to you. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. And listen. What do we always say? Girls just want to have fun, and if you have freedom, you have fun. Mm-hmm. Girls don't want to be with dudes who have time. It's not that they don't want to be with dudes, but the least amount of constraints in terms of time you have on you, the more attractive you become. Why? Because you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I got to go to work. I got to be at work from 9 to 5. That's not unattractive. But the guy who's like, hey, you know what? I think I'll work for 4 hours today. Then I'll go chill by the pool, or I'll go to the gym or whatever. Dude, people are attracted to other people who can do whatever they want to do. Dallas Cowboys with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Kevin is actually clearing it up. Looks like he's tightening it with the math for us. Says, really, it is 3.333333 times your age, or 100,000 at 30 years old. This is doable, especially for men working at least 60 hours per week that are getting paid for. Very good. Very good. Mark of the Wild says, Fresh is a permanent member now. Yes, we made this. We actually made this official a couple weeks back. James Smith over on Facebook says, Ecclesiastes 7:28 is a must read. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not going to bring religion into this. I'm not. Yeah, James, you're about to get banned because no. Yep. Isaiah 3:6. No. James. Bam. Listen. No, and listen, if you're religious, no disrespect. But let me let you in on a little secret. I didn't pray to get to where I am today. Okay. I got to where I am today because of this guy right here. Okay. I'm taking the credit. This is no disrespect to anybody else who is religious, but praying never got a man anything. Okay. You know what they say? You know, it's funny. They say in church, God helps those who help themselves. Translation, you got to help yourself. Miss me with the Bible verses, man. Seriously. Get tired of that nonsense. Jason Moreno with the $20 super chat says, I agree a little. Eliminating debt, but credit and credit utilization is very important as well. Quote, rich people leverage cash and credit on multiple levels. Gotta learn how to juggle all sides of the coin. That's very good. That's actually a very good point. And I've heard of people doing this before. I just have no idea how they do it. And I don't think any of us in here really, I think the only person that could probably speak to that would probably be Kevin. Am I wrong?
I actually know a little bit about it. I'm learning about it right now.
Okay, well, please offer.
Yeah, I'm big on credit cards too.
Because
all right, well, let's do it. Yeah.
because there's good and bad debt, right? So he's talking about using debt to leverage assets versus just like personal bad debt. So what happened to me was I kind of made the mistake of having bad debt. Having to pay that off was really a tough thing to do. But then again, I also leverage good debt by having a property and real estate. So he's talking about using credit in a way that can help you increase your net worth and also make money as well, versus having bad debt. Which when he says, I agree, eliminating debt but credit utilization, he means that, for example, get rid of your personal bad debts that don't add any value to it at all, have high interest rates, and get assets that can, like real estate or certain like buildings or property that can actually give you a return on your investment.
Yeah. So
Okay.
me, I tell guys all the time, especially the younger guys, because I'm a credit card snob. I don't talk about it much, but yeah. So like my thing is, if you use credit cards right, you could basically like just get free stuff and like just charge everything. So like what I always tell guys is, young guys,
I've never seen him use a debit card in my life.
I never use a debit card ever.
Wow. How about that?
I never use a debit card, and I never pay cash because it's money I'm leaving on the table. Because like here's the thing. If you get a credit card, right? I got my first credit card when I was 18, and I just was like always charging everything on the credit card. Then I'll just pay it off. And what I was able to find out that there's a bunch of these reward cards that will like give you travel perks, cash back, whatever it may be. So right now I have like 2 travel cards, and I got an Apple card. And even though Apple card isn't the best, I'm not even going to cap to you guys. But and then I also got like a cashback card. So I have different cards for different purposes. And like if I wanted to, I could take a trip anytime for free, basically. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because when you leverage these credit cards and you just pay it in full, you're basically borrowing their money, and then you're getting all the benefits, and then you basically pay it off. So it's like, I think it's foolish to pay with a debit card or cash in today's society with all these credit cards that give you crazy bonuses for signing up and or using their credit cards. So if you use credit the right way, you can really get a bunch of free things. Now, that's just basic credit card usage. There's other people that leverage credit cards to the point where they're using it to put down payments on homes.
Yeah, you can pull out like 30K, 40K on a credit card and put it on a house. And right then you got property.
And then you got property, and the next thing you know, you're basically you have debt, but you're able to collect the cash flow and pay that back on capital that you. Let
me stop. Listen, hold on. Let me stop you guys right there. One of the biggest criticisms of the 7 is you two guys. They're saying Myron and Fresh. Like I get emails all the time. Listen, Donovan, I know what you're trying to do, but Myron and Fresh, they're kind of young. They haven't been in the game. Guys, this is why they're on the panel. They're sitting here talking about shit I know nothing about. These dudes are not half my age. These dudes are much younger than I am. I don't know anything about this. I said, well, no, I don't know about this. Do you? Actually, I do. They just gave us a 5-minute soliloquy on how to be a credit card gangster. This is why these two guys are on the panel, man. Enough with I don't want to say ageism, but yes, these guys are qualified to be here. And if that doesn't prove it to you, I can't help you. That's a you problem.
I appreciate it.
Very well said. We're going to have to do... Go ahead.
Because we just don't talk about it because people don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't. No. People don't want to hear about how to leverage credit cards to get free stuff to keep yourself out of debt and keep your credit score in the 800s. No, they want to know how to get action with the big booty hose. But what they don't know is that leveraging credit cards in that way helps you a lot when it comes to smashing these big booty bitches out here. I'm just saying.
Real quick, just to add to that. So I bought property right at 26 years old. Right. I used my credit card to renovate the property. I bought it for $330. It's now worth $550. So I'm about to pull out like almost $200K off of one credit card deal that I did on this property. And Myron helped me with using my credit card properly, and now like I'm gonna be a pro at it thanks to him.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I just don't talk about credit because like no one wants to like hear that, you know what I mean? And but we do talk about it sometimes with our private members on our Patreon and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, guys, credit cards. If you're not utilizing credit cards to make a majority of your purchases, you're messing up. Like you should never be using a debit card or paying in cash in 2020 and beyond. Yep. Like I've made thousands of dollars this year in cash money just from using my credit cards alone and never using cash or anything. I just pay it off in full and to get free points and never have to worry about like my credit score going down, whatever. And I'm in the 800s and I'm 30 years old. So it can be done. You guys got to really be cognizant of using credit cards and abusing them, but to a degree where you're able to actually pay back your debt in full so the credit cards don't finesse you. Because the credit cards are basically, I mean, without me going into crazy detail and putting you guys all to sleep, the credit card companies have algorithms where they're basically betting on you failing. And then once you trigger certain levels, right? The security levels where you spend, maybe if you go over half of your debt limit, then they start like, they basically start increasing interest rates. They start messing with you. Then your credit score drops precipitously. But if you keep it under a certain level and you're paying off your debts in full, you're able to basically get all the benefits with none of the consequences, and you build your credit for free. So when you apply to get a car, a house, whatever it is, you get instantly approved, and they're not going to give you a hard time. So leveraging credit, if you do it right, can literally make you rich.
Yep.
Wow. That's why they're on the panel. So all you guys emailing me, well, Myron and Fresh don't have enough in the game. They're young guys. All they do is, that's all y'all give a shit about. That's why it's all they talk about. See, these guys are smart. They're not going to bore you with how to leverage credit cards, right? These guys are smart. All right. Hold on real quick. We have a number of super chats before we get to our last question. Holy moly. All right. Rafael Polanco, $5, says, thanks to the RP, I was able to focus in high school. Now I'm going to one of the top 5 engineering colleges in New York City with a full 4-year scholarship. I'm ready to kill.
Nice.
What's up, man? There you go. Let's see. Fredward, that's pretty funny. $5 said, Shannon Sharpe said, I don't like money. I like what money gives me access to. Real talk. And
facts.
That's 100% facts.
Real talk. And listen, it's Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe. No relation. Dr. Thunder, another $5 says, time and energy are the most valuable things we have. If you have money, then you can buy back your time and energy by paying others.
Facts.
Dude, what he said right there was exactly what I was trying to say earlier. Your money buys time. And I think I've said this on the panel before. The more money I get, and well, the older I get, the more valuable time becomes to me. I remember back when I was young, when I was y'all's age, I used to work a lot of time to get more money. Now I spend more money to have more time. Very, very well said.
Say this real quick too, Donovan.
Yeah, go ahead. Good.
So rich people spend money to save time. Poor people spend time to save money. You know what I mean?
There it is.
The reality. Anyone that has any type of, like, anyone that's super successful, that's making quite a bit of money, 20 grand, 50 grand, 30 grand a month, whatever. Yeah. Typically they have people, they're outsourcing a lot of menial tasks so that they can focus on making more money.
Cleaning, car wash.
Yes.
They don't do any of it.
You don't do any of that.
Right. Oh, check this out. We have a laundry service. We have a girl come and walk our dogs twice a day. We have a cleaning service. They come and clean our house 3 times a week. What does this get us? This gets us time. And listen, money is great, but just like Shannon Sharpe with an E said, I don't really like money. I like what money gets me. And I think what money gets me that I like the most is time. Time just to be able to sit down and drink a whiskey without having to run my mouth all damn day.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see Donovan Sharpe's lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, my lifestyle is very boring. You want to know why? Because I spend it right here. This is my lifestyle right now. And it's not going to be like this for too much longer, but I'm putting in time here so that I can spend more time out there. I'm probably going to keep my foot on the gas pedal for about another year and a half, and then I'm going to be all right.
Front end, right? Front end, what we were saying before, front end pain for back end, right?
Fuck, man, it is some goddamn pain. Y'all don't know, man. Listen, I love what I do. Don't get it twisted. I love what I do, but man, I put in a lot of hours. HLMZY says, what if I work a 9 to 5 and make a salary above $250K while still buying property and investing in stocks? Multiple income streams with a 9 to 5 safety net. Guess what that is? That's still freedom. Listen, that's still freedom, because guess what? If his 9 to 5 gets out of pocket, he can tell him to fucking go stick it, because he's got other things. What are you guys' thoughts?
A 9 to 5, to me, I look at it like a 9 to 5 is how you're going to become free in the beginning, because you're going to need you're going to need to take that 9 to 5 money and basically save it, funnel it into your business, which is going to make you more money. Do it for a period of time. And we actually did a whole course on this, but long story short, there's a couple of times when that you're going to be safe to quit your job. But once you're earning a certain amount of money, I would say almost 2 times as much, you'll be able to walk away from your job, and you're not going to sit there and tolerate BS. But you're going to need that 9 to 5 in the beginning to funnel money into your endeavor that you are going to escape from eventually.
And I would say
absolutely
talk crap about jobs, but real talk, guys, jobs are the foundation.
Yeah.
Get the job, increase your skill level, master it, so that when you save up enough money, you can put it into your own thing.
Yep.
And then when you're ready to leave, you can leave. But at the same time, you need a job at the beginning, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of top millionaires worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Of course.
But guess what? They say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of waking up to work. I need to find a way out of this. And they figured a way out. So
Good job. Real talk. Lord Sinister 7-7 forgot about this. I'm 31. I'm a registered nurse. I'm starting to invest in my 401k and starting to get involved in the stock market. Yeah, he's not going to be a registered nurse for too much longer because they make good money. See, these companies fuck around and they pay people. That's the thing. Most people who make all that money are terrible with money. But the top guys at the company, they work for the company for 5 years and they just like they're set for life. Give me 2 seconds here and we will come to the end. Jason Moreno says, yes, Myron, PayPal offers 0% interest on purchases paid within a certain time frame. Everyone should have an Amazon card. Huge perks. There are cards out there that can be used in big ways. Man,
Let's see this real fast. The Amazon card, for anyone in here that buys online, if you're not using an Amazon card, you're low IQ. They give you 5% cash back, which is if you spend $100, you're getting $5 back for free.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm thinking? Then you can take that money, get the points, and then buy stuff on Amazon later on. So the Amazon card, real quick, here are the credit cards. I'm going to give a freebie. Here are the credit cards every guy should get. Okay, you need the Amazon card. You need the Capital One Venture card if you like to travel. That's what I would call on the lower tier because it's only about $80 annual fee, right? But you get $2 2 miles per dollar spent. If you want to flex a little bit, get an Amex Platinum. That's the best travel card in my opinion. But if you don't want to pay the $500 annual fee, then go ahead and get the Capital One Venture. That card has stood the test of time. Has been good for a while, right? And then the Apple card, I do not suggest you get that unless you make a lot of purchases at Apple. You have a lot of Apple products because you get 3% cash back on that, 2% cash back.
Oh my God. This is incredible.
2% cash back on Apple Pay if you use Apple Pay a lot, which is what I do my Apple card for, or 1% cash back. It's not a good cashback card. A good cashback card, though, is the American Express Blue Cash. That's a good one. And there's the other one, I think it's Citi. Citibank. Like blue. I think it's Citibank. Yeah, it's a blue and green card, and it's called the. You spend one. When you pay off a debt, you get $1 back, and then when you spend $1, you get $1 back, and then when you pay off the debt, you get $1 back. So it's $2 cash back, 2% cash back on everything you buy. It doesn't have to be in a category, but those are some great credit cards you can get into to like.
Myron, check this out. Yeah, like Myron just hit me with like a 3-hit combo. I spend a shitload of money on Amazon. I travel all the time, and I'm literally dude, in my house, there are Apple products. Dude, let's just go down the list. I've got 2 iPads. 3 iPhones. I've got two nearly $10,000 Mac Pros. I have 2 MacBook Pros, 2 iMacs, and a Mac Mini.
You would have probably got like
a second Mac Mini. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to start like people pocket watching. I've spent a lot of money with Apple. I've spent a lot of money with Amazon, and I travel a lot. So
you probably got a lot of money back
on the air. Yep, I am low IQ. I am low IQ. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now.
Wait, Donovan.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. I think for the next season, we definitely need to do like a finance show, you know?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not the credit card guy, but I do know a little bit about crypto. So, you know.
Okay.
Definitely do one. I think that would be dope.
We just don't talk about it. Like people don't like.
People don't want to hear about that stuff.
Yeah, they want to see womanizing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's weird because like when we get on and we talk about some man shit, we'll have like 48 people in here, right? How to properly leverage credit cards to make yourself rich. Like real life changing stuff. 57 people, right? How to smash big booty Becky's at the club. It's like 50,000 people in the chat. Super. I'm like, yo, like that's putting the cardboard. Listen, you can smash the big booty Becky's, but you have to learn how to do the boring shit if you want to do the fun shit, man. Like nobody wants to talk about fucking leveraging credit cards and investments, but guess what? That's what gets you that ass later, man.
I just thought about a dope title to get people to watch.
What's that?
How to live the lifestyle how to get
okay, I already know where he's going. I know where he's going.
Okay, you could say, for example, how to put this.
What?
How to get any girl you want.
How to thirst trap girls with the lifestyle.
No.
There it is. is. And then we get him in here and we talk about credit card leverage.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Listen, how to walk into a club and smash any hoe you want. They come in here. So you're going to do this with your Capital One Venture card.
You're going to charge everything on your average.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's awesome. You're going to get 3% cash back when you get bottle service at the club with your Capital One Venture card. They're going to be like, what the fuck? But that's real talk, man. That is real talk. Nobody wants to learn about the boring shit, but nobody wants to learn about crypto. Nobody wants to learn about crypto because people who talk about crypto, it's boring. That's going to change on January 2nd. I've got a crypto show with two of the best crypto guys in the business. We're going to try to make it as exciting and as knowledgeable as possible. Yes, it's going to be a challenge. That's the only way we're going to get people to watch. Very good segment there. The Protector, $5, says they are right. I was in banking and used to see people with card limits up $300,000 flip houses, get absurd rewards, and make astronomical sums of money. Well, there it is, man. There it is. This is a show topic, I think, because I didn't know anything about this. I mean, dude, Myron told me.
I could definitely talk about credit cards all day. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different credit cards that you can use depending on what you do. Like, if you're an Apple guy, like I'm an Apple guy, just like you, Donovan. Dude, I made like $1,000+ back on Apple stuff just from me using their card because it's 3% cash back.
Wow,
which is a lot when you buy Apple products because we all know they're pretty expensive.
I have spent a lot more than $1,000.
Yeah. No, I mean, I got 1,000 from them. Is what I'm saying.
I made
okay. I like that because I spent a lot on Apple too. I'm an Apple guy like you too.
And by the way, all my Apple products and 3 Apple Watches just to.
Oh, dude, you would have gotten a couple G's back.
Dude, real talk, man. Like I didn't know I could do all. Dude, oh my god, dude, I've made Apple rich, and it's so funny because they say, "Congratulations, Mr. Sharpe, you spent more than $5,000 with Apple," and da 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 da. I'm like I did that last week, man. Yeah. Like. Technomage. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, not the perk sector. Oh no, that was the same one. Technomage B5 with a $5 super chat says, "My dad always said I don't let the banks use you via debt. You use them. Understand the terms and perks and leverage accordingly." This is incredible. This is Mark of the Wild says, "Myron, how many credit cards should we use?" Myron, give a 30-second answer. Go.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I use 3 to 4. But okay. You want to use one that's like your main card no matter what, and that's my cashback card typically. But like the other ones, like I'll use them here and there. I max them out. I mean max them out as in like I get the most rewards I can. Once I do, I stop using them, and then the Amazon card is only for Amazon.
Oh, very good. Okay, very good. And dude, I've spent so much money on fucking Amazon. Jesus Christ, dude. Honestly, man, I probably left like maybe 5 or 6 G's on the table this year. Just. Yeah, 5% cash back, dude, and it also works at Whole Foods too. If you use if you get cash back on the Whole Foods, you can redeem those points at Whole Foods as well with the Amazon card. Wow, you can literally get paid for shopping. Like this is how this is done.
It's nuts, dude.
Yeah. King Chris, $2 super sticker. Stephen Ortiz, $50 super chat asks the question of the evening.
Yeah.
Why don't they teach this in high school? You want to know why? Because that is red pill, and if the more men are exposed to the red pill, the worse the economy does. Like like if everyone in America knew what we knew, then the economy would fall.
Credit cards bank on you paying the minimum. That's the thing about the very little secret about the credit card companies. They literally hinge upon you paying the minimum so they can kill you on the interest.
Yeah. You know it.
Where they make their money. Guys like us are the worst. Yeah. If you spend all the
they hate you guys.
Yeah, exactly. If you pay it back in full and you get the rewards, they lose money because of people like us.
Right.
You're the worst customer.
You're the worst customer.
Straight up. So when Myron calls in, they're like, "Yo, leave him on hold, man." Like,
facts.
Right. The Steel Curtain, $5 says, "I'm 47 and work my ass off to be able to pay people to do the shit I don't want to do. My time and peace of mind is the most valuable commodity to me." Dude, I'm telling you, man, I love not having. Listen, I love my dogs. I love not having to walk them. Dude, and Devin, she sucks. Dude, Devin sucks at laundry. Why not just get somebody else to do it for us? I don't give a shit. Geeky Anomaly, $5 says, "Yes, I'm crafting my business now. I would rather work 80 hours a week for myself than work 40 hours for someone else for the same money." Real talk. Donovan Sharpe says, "Is low IQ." Totally agree with that because
Donovan is definitely not low IQ.
Yeah, well, when it comes to credit cards, apparently, because I had no idea. Like, dude, you just blew my mind here. CG2K says with $5 says, "What are your thoughts on forex trading?" I have no idea what that is.
We had one of the top guys here at Q Banks. I mean, he doesn't exclusively, but like honestly, it's a good skill to have. but it's a learning curve.
It's a learning curve.
you're
It's
not
a
willing to-
crazy learning
If
curve.
you're not willing to go through that learning curve, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it could take you some months. It could take you a year. But I recommend getting a mentor that's already done it to make it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, man.
Isn't it true that you have to pass the Section 7 test to be able to be a Forex trader? Or is that just to work at a firm like JP Morgan or something like that?
Anyone could Forex trade. It's probably just to work at a firm.
work at a
Because I
firm.
was Forex trading too for a bit, and I was like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, dude, listen, I've heard it's a boiler room, like pun definitely intended, right?
Yeah. No, it's tough.
Beckham, $5 super chat, says nobody wants to learn about financial literacy. I'm 18 with a 750 FICO. Also, you forgot the AirPods too, Donovan. Touche. And I've got like 4 or maybe 5 pairs of AirPods Pro already.
Me and Donovan are going to get an Apple Card after this show, guys.
I swear to God, I'm gonna do. Well, see, here's the thing. There's no use for it anymore because I got everything, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I've never felt so stupid on my own show. Jason Moreno, $5 says I had a friend walk away with a $20,000 boat from Bass Pro Shops just from rewards. Do you get an Amazon card tonight, bro? It adds up stupid quick, dude.
It does, yeah.
Dang.
I don't even want to think, dude, because I'm on Amazon. Dude, I'm on Amazon right now. I'm on Amazon right now, man. Unbelievable. Nonstop Dre 360 says the government wants to control men, not help men. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yes, Devin says Mr. Rebates and Retail Me Not. Our extensions save me and pay me. Yeah, Devin is very, very good. She never pays full price for anything. She always, like, we'll be shopping somewhere and she finds some obscure Nigerian scam, maybe website, and the code actually works. It's like 15% off. I don't know how she does it.
That's smart.
No idea how she does it.
That's smart though.
Yeah, she saves me a lot of money. She saves me a lot of money. She's very, very good at that. Guys, it's going to do it for the season finale of the 7. Very, very good show, man. This took a sort of a financial turn. You don't really know where these shows are going to head, but I will give each and every one of you, pardon me, to give your close. Oh, by the way, I've got the combo course. The Ultimate Shit Test Guide, the Gold Digger Guide, How to Master the Game. I'm doing all of that at 40% off. Use promo code GOLD40. I'm going to put the link in the description and the chat. That is good for another, I'm not good at math, 2 hours and 19 minutes, give or take. So be sure to take advantage of that. I'm not going to hit my email list. Again. All right. So Taco, $5 super chat says, have 3 credit cards and haven't paid any interest this year. Exactly right. Just don't use them for tacos. TV84, listen, man, it's been a great year, man. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Listen, man, looking forward to having you back next year. Tell the people where to find you.
Yeah, guys, you can find me at SoloTV84 on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Patreon. I mean, I'm virtually everywhere. Appreciate you, Donovan, for having me this season. This has been a dope experience, and I hope to be back next season. And I wish everybody a safe and happy holiday. Don't drink too much eggnog. And that's my last egg joke of the year.
Motherfucker said eggnog. I'm easily amused. What can I say?
That's my last egg joke of the year, Donovan.
There it is. Excellent.
Yeah.
Lucario, listen, man. I'm definitely glad that I was able to lock you in. I like that. I like your I like you have sort of you're fundamentally on par with everything we talk about, but you always bring a different perspective and you always make me see things in ways I've never thought of before. So I appreciate your contribution. I definitely look forward to having you on the show next year. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate you having me on the show. Definitely appreciate Solo, Myron, Fresh, Kevin Samuels, Jap, everybody else who's been on the show, guests, everything. The show is awesome. And guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Real Mr. Locario. So that's at Real Mr. Locario. Also, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. That's where you can get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Make sure you join that. And also go to MrLocario.com to get this movie, Game Kings, the definition of game, first documentary on games. So make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com to get that today. You feel me? So that's it.
Badboymembership.com, man. I'll bet that is you said wait, hold on. You said that's the first and only documentary on game, you said?
Yes, ever.
Okay. All right.
This is why you guys got to get that. This is history right here.
You got to get it, man. Game Kings. I love it. Myron, listen, man, it's funny. On my 700th show, I played the Tony eating the booty sound bite. And this was 2 years ago, and you were in the chat
Yeah, I remember that.
Shit. Yeah, I do. Of course, I didn't until I was like, dude, Myron's been in my chat. Listen, man. Obviously, your ascent has been it has been well worth it, man. You guys, listen, you guys work very, very hard. You guys take pride in what you guys do, as it is obvious with your surroundings. Great working with you. Look forward to having you back on the show next year, along with Weights and Dates. I'm gonna be making it down to Miami on a regular basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll definitely be coming down there. Absolutely, man. So tell the people where to find you.
Yeah, man. Guys, patreon.com/freshfit, where you guys basically get, coaching from us, whether it's fitness, finances, game, social media, credit card stuff, which, I don't, no one asked, so I don't tell them, but that's one of my things too. And then also we do the Fresh Fit podcast every Monday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Twitch and the long lasting effects of them banning the word simp and other things that are going to probably come down the path in 2021.
Yeah.
And then also we have an AirPod giveaway, guys, where we're giving away a free pair of AirPods. All you got to do is just subscribe to our podcast on Anchor. We'll put the link out there on our Instagram on Fresh and Fit Miami. We'll put the link there for you guys to enroll in it if you guys want to get in for the AirPods. And yeah, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything, man. Fresh and Fit. And yeah, man, thank you so much for having us on, Donovan.
Donovan.
Oh yeah, and then Fresh, you got something, right? My bad.
Oh yeah. Basically, you can find me on Instagram at Freshman CEO. Also, don't forget to follow Donovan at Donovan Sharpe #1.
Yes, follow Donovan on Instagram, guys.
And yeah, pretty much Patreon, and we're here to
and the AirPods. We're gonna do the giveaway. We'll put the link on our Instagram.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, Fresh and Fit Miami, guys. Our Instagram. Go in there and you'll see the link, and we'll put it where you guys can enroll.
We're viral on World Star and TikTok now. So.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we got the feminist.
These boys are blowing up. Solo, what you got, man?
Okay, so I just want to say real quick. I can't believe I forgot this. So I'm doing the 12 days of Roastmas. Basically, I'm roasting female dating coaches every day. And yesterday, a female dating coach decided that she wanted to smoke with me. So today, we're gonna review that what happened during the phone call, why I said certain things, and then I will be exposing some interesting more tidbits. So, guys, make sure to tune in. 12 days of Roastmas. Right after the show on Solo TV 84.
It's gonna be lit, man. I'm gonna watch that Solo.
That's Solo brought to me. All right. Yeah.
Female dating coaches are useless. No, that's great.
Listen, I'm really good at like 2.5 things. Used to be good at picking up women. I write very well and I talk very well. I suck at literally everything else. Like those are the only 2.5 things I'm good at. Guys, that's gonna do it. For the final edition of the 7. It's been a very interesting. It's hard to believe we started this. I think we started this back in April, man.
Yeah,
I remember we started this back in April, and I remember I put the first little advertisement on Facebook. It was like, oh shit, I can't believe it. This has exceeded all expectations. The knowledge that each and every one of you guys brings, to the panel is invaluable. Kevin Samuels is listen, man, I don't know if he's going to be back next season. He might not have time, but he's going to have to do what he has to do. So shout out to Kevin Samuels. He certainly brought a level of class and professionalism to the panel. So shout out to him. And listen, hopefully he can make it on for the next. Yes, I'm very, very good. Oh yeah, I am good at bowling. I shot out a 244, a 217, and then like a 190. So I can bowl a little bit, but that's it. 3.5 things. Listen, guys, have a very safe and Merry Christmas. Be safe out there. Don't drive drunk. Use a condom. Send her that morning after text. And we will see you guys all back here next year for season 3 of this episode.